Welcome everyone to the very first third episode of What We Expect.
Welcome.
As always, I am one of your hosts, Chris Metz, alongside the warrior himself, Quan Hughley.
Quan, yes sir.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a very, very eventful week.
Yes, it has.
A very, very weird week in terms of what's going on in the sports entertainment universe.
Right.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We definitely will.
So we got a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about evolution. We're going to talk about Crown Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about, have a little bit of discussion on where we stand with intergender matches. And maybe what we think like the best WWE women versus like men matches would be.
Yep.
Like maybe a singles match, could be a tag match. Could even be like a 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. I think that would be pretty sick.
That would be pretty dope, I think.
But yeah, I just want to know your thoughts, Let's get right down to it.
Let's get right to it.
Evolution. Really good.
It was a good show.
That was a really, really good show. To me, I thought it felt a lot like an NXT show.
Mm-hmm.
I know I saw some people on Reddit who echoed a lot of sentiments of that as well. So if you had to pinpoint one thing from that night that you just really liked the most, what was it?
I mean, it was easily Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch.
Oh my god, that was
Their
so
match
good.
tore the house down.
Dude, I legitimately came out of that thinking they wanted to murder each other.
Oh my gosh! I mean the setups in that match, the tables, the chairs.
Oh, dude, when
everything.
Becky did that leg drop off the fucking ladder,
I thought Charlotte was done.
I know it's not really like a big thing because you see Jeff Hardy doing
of
shit
course.
like that, but it's like you never get to see the women do.
You
stuff
never
like
get
that.
to see the women do stuff like that, especially in the WWE. When TNA always had women wrestling pretty hardcore, but WWE they keeping them divas. At one point, I'm glad they finally switched that around, but they're letting them do things that they know they can do, what men can do. But their match tore down the house.
I'm telling you, Charlotte and Becky, I think they hang with the men.
Oh yeah.
Straight up.
Sure.
This was a pay-per-view to me that was kind of like I felt like they competed against each other.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Evolution fucking won by a mile.
I mean, Becky Lynch, what's her nationality? Irish?
She's Irish. The last kicker.
My
shitty accent.
But I mean, she's always been a great wrestler to me anyways. I love her moveset. I love the way she works in the ring. And Charlotte Flair, it's just passed down.
God, dude. Charlotte gets so much fucking hate.
Oh, of course.
But, she's so good.
She's so good.
She has no right to be, she had no right to be as good as she was, as quickly as she was.
Exactly. I could understand if she was trash and they was just trying to put her at the top because of who her father is.
Oh, but dude, she's
great.
She's literally her character is perfect because she's just fucking Ric Flair.
And it's funny too because you know how there's that embodiment of what a male wrestler is supposed to look like. Normally from Vince McMahon, it's always these broad shoulders, 6'3" and up.
Oh, yeah.
Usually you have long hair,
muscle up, oil.
Charlotte is the embodiment of what I think Stephanie McMahon would love for her women to look like at one point.
I think even Vince too, because
Vince too.
Vince loves tall blonde women.
Oh yeah,
that's evidence with
true.
Trish Stratus,
Sable.
Yeah,
you had
Sunny.
Yeah, there was someone. But we
digress.
get the picture. But I mean, both of those two women. I thought Charlotte and Sasha always had the great matches, but
here's my thing.
Becky Lynch is starting to their matchup. Oh
out of the four horsewomen of NXT, I think that Charlotte and Becky have the best matches against each other, and Sasha and Bayley.
Oh yeah, for
because
sure.
up until this point, I would have said that Sasha Banks and Bayley from TakeOver, I think it was Brooklyn,
when they
was probably the best women's match I've ever seen. But holy shit, this probably beat it, if not came very close.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That was to me, like, it just felt like I was watching a car crash, like, Ring of Honor, you know, like, 10 miles per hour match with a ton of story. Like, even at the end, when Becky threw all those chairs down on her, and she covered it with all those office chairs. And she got up, and she was just, like, had all that emotion on her face of, what the fuck? Like, I thought I had this in the bag. Like, to their credit, they did not book her like a chicken shit heel.
No.
They booked her to be, like, a confident, like... She lost her confidence a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean, like, that just was
over
part
that
of
time
the
period, of course.
Yeah, that was like part of the story that they were trying to tell, but they didn't book her as being like she didn't need outside help.
Right.
She didn't need, you know, to resort to cheap tactics. I mean, I guess the chair thing is kind of a cheap tactic, but that kind of goes with that. Like, we've seen that. We've seen that spot before,
right?
Especially, you know, I think they usually save that one for like Big Show and Kane or Money in the Bank matches.
Yeah, when they pile everything on Braun Strowman, pile everything on him. I don't know why they had it, but besides the point, it was a great match. I think that stole the show.
It was incredible. I saw that Meltzer gave it 4 3/4 stars.
Okay,
yeah,
that's nice.
That's incredible. I personally would have gave it 5, but like I know his thing is he always thinks that it's just his opinion and it could go either way.
Right.
But
of course. What other match did you think on the card did his thing?
I really enjoyed Sasha and Bailey. That was good. That tag match, I think. My memory's a little hazy on that.
Mine's too, because I kind of just glimpsed over the show to a certain degree.
The Mae Young Classic Finals were really good. Tony Storm is fucking
Tony
awesome.
Storm is dope. I had to look at some of her highlight reels on YouTube. She is an awesome.
She won the Mae Young Classic, right?
Yeah, she did.
Okay,
she
cool.
did.
Like, I just want to make sure I wasn't getting my names fucked up here.
But she's really a good wrestler.
She's awesome. The whole, like, all those women down in NXT and like a lot of those, even on the main roster, like I feel like those guys just don't get enough credit for what they do, especially, you know. Wrestling is and will always be mostly like a male-dominated thing.
Of course.
And I think this pay-per-view was absolutely a step in the right direction.
It was an eye-opener.
I would absolutely love to see an all-women show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even if it's just like an hour, something like that. You know, I would love to see like the women that don't get time on Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
You know, like I would love to see Natalya.
Yeah, Natalya.
I would love to see more of Natalya. I would love to see more of like people like Tony Storm, Kairi Sane. Yep. I fucking love Shayna Baszler, dude.
That's who that was the next match I was going to go to because she re-won the title again.
Yeah, she beat Kairi Sane.
Yeah, and that match was up. But NXT women, they always put on a show when they have a match together. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the way that they work and how they script it to be. Over than if it is on the actual main card of Raw or SmackDown. It's just a little different.
I don't want to knock. I don't want this to sound like I'm knocking them by any means, but you know they do probably practice it a lot in the Performance Center. Not that it's absolutely a bad thing at all, because
practice makes perfect.
That Macho Man Randy Savage was known for meticulously like practicing his matches like to the second, like and planning everything down to the second.
And this isn't a knock either, but sometimes, or a lot of times, more often than none, when you watch some of the women's matches on Raw or SmackDown, and this could be to them not really getting a lot of time to perform in a match.
You know, I'm glad you said that.
Sometimes it's a little sloppy for me, but then, like I said, sometimes they don't get...
I like that, though. I like the sloppiness. I think the sloppiness makes it look more real.
That's true, but I need things to be set up the right way sometimes, because sometimes with the leg drops, they're all on the neck area, too far down on the neck area, and I'm like, what was that? Or when they're trying to flip them over between the ropes, it's sloppy going through there. It seems like...
That's more the Bellas.
That's true. The Bella twins, man.
Oh, my God, man. That's a whole thing in and of itself. I mean, do you want to transition to that, or do you want to talk about that?
No, we can leave the Bellas alone.
But no, I'm glad you did bring that up with like the short matches, because that's the one thing I think that bothers me the most out of WWE trying to seem progressive, and the fact that like we're no longer the divas and shit. But wasn't there a match on Raw just like a week ago that was literally like 3 minutes long?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Like that, I don't like that hypocrisy. I think if you're gonna at least give somebody like an 8-minute match, like you give a middle of the card Raw match.
It's crazy because even back in the Attitude Era, some of the women were. I mean, even though they was having bras and bikini and panties matches and. Fighting in mud.
God, that would not hold up in 2018.
Heck no. I used to love it though, ladies. But
I mean, that was just like how society was.
But still, but back in the Attitude Era, there was still more women wrestling men. I mean, you had
we just
China.
Had that recently.
Who?
It was Becky and James Ellsworth. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's true. But I don't want to see Becky and James Ellsworth. I want to see China knocking out. Even though they won't mention China.
I mean, you're not seeing China knock out anybody anymore, anyways.
That's true. She's not.
Sorry, China.
I'm not doing that.
That was mean. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, China. That's all, Chris. That wasn't me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why am I? I'm acting like you can hear me. Damn, that's so
Dude,
wrong.
This is so bad. We're gonna get fucking taken off of the internet.
Right. Transition. But China was awesome, and they still don't be mentioned. I don't even think they mentioned her once throughout the evolution.
I think they've mentioned her in the fact of like Triple H said her death was sad, and that's the only time they've mentioned her. Yeah, I would love it if she was in the Hall of Fame because I do think she deserves to be in it. Like,
of course.
She's the only woman to ever like hold the Intercontinental title. Exactly. For a while, she was the only woman to ever compete in the Royal Rumble until Beth Phoenix did it. Like, she was a pioneer, dude.
They can let the grudge go with Hulk Hogan. You can definitely let the grudge go with China.
See, here's the thing with that. Like, I've heard. I agree with that completely, but I know Triple H has said something along the lines of like, and this is total like hypocrisy, where he said he has daughters who can like search it up on the internet and see it, but it's like you can search up Hulk Hogan on the internet.
You can search up his sex tape.
Yeah, or you can search that fucking video of Triple H fucking the dead corpse.
Goodness, right? It's all there.
It doesn't make sense to me. It
doesn't.
It just feels kind of like. I get, like I'm saying, like I get what they mean
course.
And like where their mindset is with it, but it just doesn't. I don't agree with it.
It never makes sense what WWE does with some of their superstars.
So let's talk about something that I find very interesting.
What's that?
Nia Jax won that Battle Royal or is it Royale? Whatever. Who fucking cares?
Who cares?
For a shot at the Raw Women's Championship.
That's gonna be back with Ronda.
Do you think so? Do you think she's going to face Ronda? When do you see this happening? Because I don't think it's happening at Survivor Series.
No, it's not happening at Survivor Series. What's the next pay-per-view after that?
Clash of Champions or TLC?
That could be it.
It's one of them. I don't know. I'm not like quite sure. I know TLC is usually in December.
It could be Clash of Champions. I think Nia Jax deserves that title again. I just don't think her character has been played well.
She's literally like the fucking female Big Show.
Like, yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's all you need to know about Nia Jax is one day she's fucking shaking hands and kissing babies.
And then the next thing she's an asshole.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then the next day she's fucking Alexa Bliss's Diesel.
Right. I don't understand that when they bring these big ass... Not saying she's huge, but when they have these larger than life athletes... What you're saying. And you don't utilize them correctly.
She's very big for being a woman. She's very tall.
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Our buddy Sean really loves her.
Does he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's absolutely.
When she had her title, how long did she hold it for?
I think it was only like a couple weeks. I think she was a transitional champion.
Oh god.
Like she
because she dropped it to Ronda, right?
She won it at Mania and then.
Yeah, and dropped it to Ronda
very quickly.
Quickly.
It may have been like a pay-per-view or two, but it was not a long.
It was Ronda's first match.
Yeah, her first single match, right?
First pay-per-view match.
Because it was god fucking awful.
I can't remember what the pay-per-view.
It was Money in the Bank, I think.
It might have been. I can't remember.
Either way, so do you see this becoming Nia and Ronda again? Like,
of course,
it's weird.
Of course, it's going to be.
Why go back to that when it didn't work again?
Because it's WWE. They love to go back to things just to try it again.
Like, give me Ronda Rousey and fucking Sasha Banks. Give me Ronda Rousey and Bayley. Like,
you can give me anyone but Ronda and Nia Jax. It's not sellable anymore.
And to me, I just don't think Nia is someone who can carry her to a match.
No, she can't.
Unless they go and practice it.
Nia needs a talker. Crazy. If Nia had a talker, a spokesperson in front of her,
well, that was Alexa Bliss, and look what that turned into. Turned into a fucking body shaming angle.
That is true. We actually need someone like a Paul Heyman, basically.
Maybe she needs Paul Heyman.
Maybe she does.
I mean,
I mean,
that would make
because her
sense.
character needs developed because she did, but she's usually great on the mic too. Though she can talk. She's not. I'm not saying she's class tier top of the line, but she definitely can speak on the mic.
Yeah, she's passable. I don't think
mean,
I've
Alexa
seen...
Bliss is, of course, hands down much better. But I'm just saying
That's a hot take, Juan. That's a very hot take.
We can discuss that at a later date.
I don't know, though.
Oh, Mike. Okay.
I just don't think, to me, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I tend to not watch whenever Nia Jax's on my screen. She bores me to fucking death.
Yeah, I don't watch her either. It's the big people don't sell anymore.
It's not even...
Just because they they put them through... No, it is that. They put them through so much of losing to these smaller superstars. And, she lasted with Alexa Bliss in that match for God knows how long.
In a real-life fight, she would have fucking destroyed her.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, but that's what it comes down to. I mean, since we're talking about that, I'll move on because... Speaking of destroying someone in a real-life fucking fight, tell me why the fuck Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella was not over in like 20 seconds.
Listen,
I loved Evolution. Don't get me wrong. It was a all-around solid pay-per-view.
Of course.
And Ronda and Nikki managed to like actually have a decent match.
They did have a
But
decent
like if
match.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching this and I see Ronda Rousey and I know what Ronda Rousey has done and what she's capable of, and I get that they kind of like played that out where Ronda said she like ending her quick would be too good for her and like all that stuff, but
it doesn't make sense. I don't know why they wanted to bring Ronda Rousey in as this, kissing babies, always smiling coming. She looks so creepy when
she needs
she's
to be
smiling
Brock.
coming down the ring. Yeah, she does. She does need to be Brock.
100% needs to be just like Brock.
Easily. When you're bringing someone from UFC to the WWE and everyone knows the difference between those two, you got to be a certified badass. That's why Bazemore is a certified badass.
Oh, dude, she's awesome.
She's a certified
to Ronda's
badass.
credit, though, I will give Ronda Rousey all of the credit in the world. She is there every week.
Oh, yeah.
She's not coming around once every 3 months. Like, she's
she
actually...
even said it. I'm not Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I mean... Character-wise, like, I want her to be Brock Lesnar.
Of course.
I want her, I would like a regular champion. I mean, I don't think it's doing a service to both of your titles to have them on people who aren't there all the time. But, like, man...
But she's definitely been holding her weight. I think she's not... Of course she's not the... But she shows... growth in the ring every time she wrestles, because I'm like,
she's
where
like
that
Kurt
move
Angle.
come from?
She's like Kurt Angle, man.
She's a sponge. Kurt Angle even said what you just said too. But she's a sponge, man, and she takes in everything, and she's willing to learn, and she's willing to work her ass off. So she didn't even got better on the mic from when she first started, because she was. I mean, she's still horrible.
You mean like the little half smile she always did, where she was just like,
oh my goodness, she's still horrible because she just speaks like she's 12 years old.
Look at her
something.
movies that she did. I mean,
I've never... The only movie I've seen her in was... I don't think I paid no attention to Fast and Furious. I can't remember which one. Yeah, remember she was the badass woman kicking the...
I hate those movies. I stopped watching them after they rebooted it. Like, it was like 2 movies after they rebooted it again.
I love them. I loved them after... Because I think I heard it... I think I had hated the 3rd movie. Or maybe...
Were you talking about Tokyo Drift? Or Too Fast, Too Furious?
I can't remember if it's Tokyo Drift. I think I love Tokyo Drift.
Dude, Tokyo Drift is my favorite.
Yeah. Right? And that was, what, the second one?
That was the 3rd one.
The 3rd one.
Yeah.
So it had to be... It was either the 2nd or the 4th.
Too Fast, Too Furious was the one that had... it was Tyrese Gibson's first movie.
Anyways. but yeah, I mean, Ronda Rousey, she's growing. Evolution, solid pay-per-view.
How many Kwans would you give that out of 5?
How many Kwans would I? I'm kind of extra, so, just me alone is high.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm just playing.
If you had to rate it,
if I had to rate it
1 to
from
10.
a Kwan to a Kwan, and that's a 1 to a 10, I would give it a Kwan and a half.
Kwan and a half.
So what does that mean?
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
That's like a 7 and a half.
I can agree with that. I'd probably say I give it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like the undercard was really good.
Right.
The main event was it was what it was.
It was what it was.
I mean, like I think everybody kind of expected that just to be what it is because I fucking hate the Bella Twins.
Listen, I done come to grow to like the Bella Twins, but then I kind of regressed a little bit on them.
I like Brie. Like Brie Bella's the taller
Brie
one.
mode. You love that.
So I want to move on.
Transition
to our next topic here.
Transition.
Let's talk about Crown Jewel. First and foremost, I've been holding this in for the last couple of days. What the fuck was that whole show?
Listen,
let's run it down. Let's run it down, okay? we'll just talk about the first segment here. Hulk fucking Hogan.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad to be a part of all this, brother. I'm here to celebrate with the wrestling people. Crown Jewel. Never saying, the country's name.
He danced around it. Did you see his tweet from today?
No, I did not. It must have been bad.
Dude, it said something. He said, okay, today is a new day. After seeing myself on Crown Jewel, I've decided to get serious and get under 300 pounds. I look huge, swole, jacked, and my arms are still bigger than most wrestlers' legs. I don't want to look like I can beat up the whole WWE roster anymore. Only love, HH.
Wow. What is...
Never fucking change, Hulk Hogan.
I think he's just like a old kooky man now.
Dude, he's been like going wild on Twitter since he returned.
I bet he's ecstatic. He was losing a lot of money, so he's getting some money back now.
Oh yeah, he posted a video of the night after Mania 18 where he went to the ring as a babyface with the Rock, and he was like, "This standing ovation is the same as the one I got at Crown Jewel, brother," which is not true because those Saudi princes were just like
sitting back there, just looking.
Like we know who you are, but we really don't fucking care.
We really do not care. Man, I mean, from that whole show, just the start of it,
dude,
man.
That was off to the races. Like I think that should have set the tone for the whole show. Oh yeah,
for sure. As far as the entire show, I mean, just from them, I guess they didn't. I don't think they did they, because I heard that they took from the venue that was seating like 70,000 to 20,000. How many fans was that there? Do you know?
I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look that up, but I think I read somewhere that they moved the venue and made it smaller.
That's what I heard too, but that didn't look like a small venue.
No, it looked like a very, very big stadium. Well, there was also like a lot of room. So I saw a picture where it was like those little couches and chairs like the princes and stuff were sitting on, and there was like a big ass like space where there was just nothing, and then it was like where the common folk seats started, because you don't want to have your princes with the fucking common folk.
But I mean, as far as that show, man, everything about it was just weird, man. I mean, just the people coming down. I know a lot of wrestlers did not feel right being there.
Good on John Cena and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, by the way. They made a stand up gesture. I mean, but for John Cena, he would have been losing a lot more if he would have went.
Oh, for sure, his Hollywood career. And I mean, like, I get that part.
I think his was more of a business side than anything. A little bit of I really do not want to go, but a lot of it was, I think, business savvy.
A lot of it too, like last time they went, I think they all understood that it was going to be a big ass propaganda show, right? But at the same time, none of that shit that happened then, so it's different. It's a different set of circumstances. What did you think about that whole Best in the World tournament? So we'll hold off on the obvious thing that we're going to talk about. I thought Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton really had a solid match with each other.
They did. I mean, they're two veteran superstars that's always been working well with each other since, they've been fighting, from years on out. So they're always going to have a good match. And plus, Randy Orton's my guy anyway. So
I really, really, really expected more out of Kurt Angle and Dolph Ziggler.
I did too. We talked about that. We talked about it before it even actually came on too, because we thought that could have been a great match. But how did Kurt Angle look in it?
So he looked fine, but I think he kind of is catching that thing that a lot of older wrestlers do, like where they look fine, it's just a little slow.
Yeah.
So it feels like everything he's doing, like you're watching it in slow motion a little bit, like it's kind of in half speed.
I feel like his motor takes a little second now to get going.
I mean, dude's got no neck. What do you think?
and you see his legs.
Yeah.
The way he walks, it looks like he's on no offense, but it looks like he's on those crutches.
You mean like the Forrest Gump crutches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like he has. And I'm like, dude, sometimes wrestlers really just need to retire. I understand that they love it, but
I think he needs to play to his strengths. I think he's better in tag matches and not singles matches. From what I hear,
it's over.
As of the time that we're recording this, Raw was being taped over in the UK, and from what I hear, Homie had a singles match.
Oh, really?
He wrestled Drew McIntyre.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
I don't know what the implications were. I just heard that was a thing that was going on. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I mean, I'll probably know by the time this is over because I'll look it up.
Right.
So, aside from the disappointment of the tournament, the best in the world with competitors only from America.
Oh my goodness! The fake selling of the Miz's leg.
Oh my god, dude, that whole thing. Shane fucking McMahon. Shane.
What was the Reddit conversation?
Oh, it was like, what was the biggest joke you've ever heard in wrestling? And everybody was just like, Shane McMahon winning the World Cup. And then there was that guy who just posted it in Arabic. And the guy who commented, he was like, guys, it says exactly what you think it does.
I just don't that. It just doesn't click. Dude. I mean, that wasn't what I expected.
No, it really wasn't. I think, I don't know. That whole thing I was dumbfounded. What does that mean? I kind of expect them to use that whole thing because didn't Shane say on SmackDown, like, if you guys lose this match, you're gonna be fired or whatever to all the SmackDown dudes.
I have no clue, man. It's just one of those things where, you know what? Remember how you could always get a surprise factor?
That was absolutely a surprise.
I think that's what it was. It's not going to get. It's not making me happy that he won, but that's the surprise that I think Vince McMahon was like, oh, you know what would be really great? I think we should have Shane win it. Not one of these superstars, but Shane. That would be a big surprise. That would get big pop. Because they love you, Shane. Every time your music hits, here comes the money, right?
Could you imagine Vince doing the fucking dance that Shane McMahon does?
Oh, my. Vince, I mean, he was dancing out there. You know how he just throws them arms up when he was dancing out there with R-Truth and, what's her name?
Carmella?
Yeah. Did you see that?
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, my goodness. It was hit. Let's have it. What did he say? I can't even remember what he said. But yeah, I think that's how that meeting went.
Dude, it's all.
And he was like, Shane should win.
I saw
Vince,
where somebody
come on our show.
Somebody tweeted and said that this was Vince's way of telling Shane that he finally loves him or something like that.
I've seen that too. It probably was, man. Listen.
I think it was them trolling the Saudis.
Maybe that was it. But for us, someone said this is going to be as pointless as the Braun Strowman winning the
belt, that big ass
green belt. Yeah, it's going to be a footnote that no one remembers. Remember, he just stopped carrying it out of nowhere.
I think those are kind of just like non-canon events, you know, like
like Dragon Ball Z when they bring Dragon Ball Z superheroes in and it has nothing to do with anything else.
Crown Jewel and Greatest Royal Rumble is the Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah,
WWE. It doesn't fucking matter. It all sucks. Nobody asked for it.
No one cares for it, really. Except some little kids and some here and there. I'm going to be honest. Didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
Of course.
I do.
It has good spots.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, so the whole thing with it is like, to me, it felt a little bit like what they used to be, just because, like, you know, I used to turn on Raw and anything could fucking happen.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where it's like anything could happen. Granted,
that's true.
I think I agree and see both sides of it. Like, I would have liked to have seen it go to somebody else, but at the same time, it's like...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Because of the fact that it's just like, what is Shane McMahon? Mm-hmm. To me, like, it makes sense because of the fact that everything that's going on.
Right.
You don't want to attach that to like one of your stars you're trying to build.
Right.
So it's like, he won at Crown Jewel and parts unknown, whereas like that doesn't really hurt Shane McMahon.
I like that point of view for that. That absolutely makes perfect sense. But then at the same time, you know, you can carry that best in the world into a storyline.
He's gonna bring CM Punk back.
Actually, you know what? It does. Your point does make sense, though. Because Shane McMahon, you don't have to carry it into the show. You don't have to carry it into a storyline because you're going, where'd you get that Best in the World title?
Hey guys, sorry about that. We realized that we actually had a technical error, so we lost a good chunk of our dialogue.
Good chunk.
As far as I'm aware, and what I was just listening to, we were just talking about Shane
Best
McMahon.
in the World.
So we are going to move on from that. Basically, our thoughts are: it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It was surprising for sure.
Definitely a surprise factor.
Entertaining. You know what you would get from WWE back in the old days. I'm actually really upset that we just lost like almost 20 minutes of footage.
Oh my goodness. it's hard to go back on what we was just speaking of
because we
was on a roll. But it's okay. The show must go on.
Show must go on. All right, so we're going to backtrack a little bit from where we were. We were in deep discussion about the shit show that was Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. Where Brock Lesnar beat Braun Strowman in about like
3 minutes.
3 minutes
3
with
4, maybe
some
under.
Interference and all that bullshit. You guys already know. You've already seen it. So tell me what you think as far as what do you see next for Brock other than AJ Styles, at Survivor Series.
Right. I really foresee Brock, if it does happen, this is something that I do think can happen. That match in UFC with Daniel Cormier. I feel like that match will happen next year, and he is going to carry that belt into the UFC with them, that title.
I disagree. I think he's going to lose it.
You think so?
I wholeheartedly think that he's going to lose it to Braun at the Royal Rumble. That's what I think. I don't think he's going to carry it in Mania.
I just don't think I don't think Braun's going to get it. I really don't.
They do seem kind of wishy-washy about how they feel with him because like some days it feels like they think they're fully behind him and they're like, here we go, like this is our fucking guy.
Remember how we were speaking about Nia Jax? You don't know if he's a good guy one day, you don't know if he's a bad guy next day. I mean, they change him from face to heel, like changing draws pretty much.
Yeah, they did kind of do that. I mean, I do love you gotta get these hands.
Man, they so overused catchphrase.
They really
I remember
do.
the first time he said that, and it was in a match.
Well,
it wasn't even him, on the mic cutting a promo or anything. It was just him in a match saying, "You're about to get these hands." And then next thing, all of a sudden, you hear the audio from him and
Suplex City, baby. That's how it was born.
And then you had your shirts made for Brock Lesnar.
3/4 of modern day wrestling is fucking marketing, dude.
Oh yeah.
If you can put that shit on a T-shirt and sell it to kids, then you're good. Like you're hot.
Of course.
You on fire. Like all those kids I see that wear AJ Styles gloves in the audience. Like it feels like every time you watch SmackDown, there's kids with the little fucking Phenomenal One gloves holding their hands up, doing the thing.
But I mean, I don't see Braun Strowman getting that belt from Brock Lesnar.
Well, what do you think
around that time? I just think Brock Lesnar is going to carry it from here on out. Be a part-time champion as he has been doing and continue will.
Let's fantasy book a little bit then. Let's fantasy book a little bit. What do you see for Mania? I mean, obviously, the absence of Roman Reigns is going to be a big ass wrench into their plans. I'm sure they were probably going for. I think they were probably going to try to head towards the Shield triple threat.
I mean, because you're obviously not going to have. You might. I was going to say Seth and Dean.
For the title?
They might have, no, not for the title, but I'm thinking that, like, they'll probably carry their match into WrestleMania.
Probably for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you take them out of the picture of facing Brock.
But I don't know, though, man, because it's like they pulled the trigger on Seth and Dean like very fucking early.
They did.
Like I don't know if I trust.
To.
I don't know if I trust WWE to like hold on to that match for the next 8 months.
That's true. I don't know. It's going to be very, very tricky to. Is there another draft?
I don't know. Why they might just do another shake-up or whatever.
Yeah, another shake-up.
But that's usually after Mania because like that'll be the NXT call-ups will come up and all that stuff. Like I think if we're gonna book a little ahead, this is off topic. I think Undisputed Era comes up sooner than what you guys think.
Yeah. Undisputed Era is definitely going to make their entrance, I think, pretty soon. I don't know, man. It's a lot going on
to
as
me,
far as a toss-up. But like I said, I'm sticking with him taking that belt into the UFC just because it's going to be history making. I think Vince McMahon and UFC president Dana White is speaking, to each other right now, and like, could you imagine that, Dana? You have Brock Lesnar coming in with the WWE title over his belt, facing Daniel Cormier. He has 2 belts right now. That would be history making.
Think about it like
this. It's going to sell out.
Let me pull out my Paul Heyman card where he's like, let me put a conspiracy into your head. Right. Do you think that Vince McMahon would let his reigning, defending champion walk into a real fight that he has no control over the outcome of and possibly get dominated and present his title as being inferior to the UFC? However, my client Brock Lesnar will walk out as both Universal and UFC heavyweight champion of the world. That is not a prediction. That is a spoiler.
I mean, that's pretty good. But I think they, to a certain degree, I think they will work up something kind of scripted to where.
Oh, dude, I don't think they
fix it. I feel like they would fix it a little bit. I feel like
it's going to be an entertainment factor for sure.
If it was me, I would have an entire pay-per-view, an entire WWE pay-per-view match created where you have UFC matches in that as well.
That's called Brawl for All, and it fucking sucked, my guy.
But this is WWE and UFC.
I don't know, like I just.
But you are getting different. But that's that would.
I just don't,
because you got different audience.
I don't see Vince McMahon letting his belt go into an environment that he has no fucking control over. Although I could be wrong because it seems like they just don't give a fuck about this title.
That's true. I mean, but listen, when Daniel Cormier, Brock Lesnar, bring that WWE title when you come too, because I feel like being a WWE champion as well.
That whole thing to me is funny because you sent me that thing and I was like, yeah, that's the one where they you can all tell they're just trying not to fucking laugh at each other. Like it's aren't they facing off and Dana White's in the background and they're all just fucking like laughing like little girls.
I think that was just, but still at the same time that was just I mean it's all entertainment. I think.
Oh, for sure.
And I think if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
UFC has definitely become a lot more like WWE than what they. Sure. I feel like what they had originally wanted to, but then again, I think Dana White is also like mini fucking Vince McMahon. Mm-hmm. Like I think he watches WWE with a little fucking notepad, and he's Conor McGregor. He's like, world champion that doesn't defend his belt. Got that one.
Got that. Let's go ahead and do that. I mean. But yeah, I don't know, man. We both got our predictions on it.
Either way, one of us will be wrong.
Either way, one of us will probably be wrong. Yeah, it'll go a completely different way. Maybe
Drew McIntyre wind up fucking winning it.
Oh yeah, we can bring him into.
I would love to see that.
I would like for Drew McIntyre to win.
I would love to see like a reverse. Like Diesel Kevin Nash situation.
Yeah, that might be might be the case.
McIntyre. Vince fucking hates Dolph Ziggler. That'll never happen.
He hates Dolph Ziggler, but he doesn't hate Drew.
Did you ever hear the quote apparently that Vince McMahon allegedly said when he had Dolph cash in the Money in the Bank? He said he's like Dolph's gonna cash in tonight, but let me make it clear, this does not mean we are pushing him.
No.
Like, motherfucker, like, you're putting one of your world titles on this dude, but you're like, we're not going to push him.
I don't know why he hates... If that is the case, I don't know why he hates Dolph.
Yeah, I don't fucking get it, man. Like,
Dolph has always been a great worker.
I feel like Dolph should be, like, his wet dream. Like, he's basically Shawn Michaels.
Basically.
Like,
They got Adam Cole for that now.
Yeah, dude, Adam Cole is going to fucking kill it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm ready
Adam Cole for that now.
So, tell me what you thought about... DX.
Skinheads.
The fucking Basham brothers against the Brothers of Destruction. Because this match is interesting, like, to me in and of itself because of the fact that Triple H fucking tore his pec.
Right.
Basically right out the get-go and still carried on with this match.
But, I mean, it was a decent match. The kid in me loves it just because of who it is, of course. But as far as anything else, I wasn't super excited about that match.
Sean still looked good.
Sean does look good, but he looks weird bald-headed.
Oh, God, I couldn't, get over it, dude.
He looks so weird bald-headed. So,
He just looks like your racist neighbor.
Yeah, pretty
cares
much.
about his lawn too much.
That match, it didn't do anything for me. It was just because of who it was, but you can see all over that match of just the oldness of him.
Bro, I know.
Hold on, but just this one part when the Undertaker, when Triple H was pulling the Undertaker's arm.
You know when he Irish whipped him?
Yeah,
I was about to say that.
That's what I was like. What is going on?
I mean, I get because he was hurt, but holy fuck, that was so fucking funny, man.
Oh my goodness!
And right after that, where Kane like tried to choke slam Sean, and he was like,
I was just like, what is going on? The Undertaker, you're a governor.
So good.
You're in politics now. You're the governor of
Kane's the governor of. He's a mayor of Tennessee.
Mayor of Tennessee.
Knox County, Tennessee.
Yep. Go do that. It's over. Belly's hanging all out.
Oh my god, dude! Kane was really bad about that.
Oh my goodness, sucking wind. It was a bad.
Somebody needs to just.
It was a decent match, but it was a bad match. Did you see at the end? They caught cameras. Caught glimpse of Shawn Michaels.
Oh, when he's like, we're too old.
We're too old for this shit.
I completely agree because it's funny to me. Okay, so this is why I think the theme of today's show is hypocrisy.
Uh-huh.
That's the fucking word of the day, I guess. Because they're what, 48, 49, 50 respectively?
Yeah.
They were making fun of Ric Flair.
Right.
For being, when he was in WCW in like the mid to late 90s, for being their age and still wrestling and talking about how he was old and needed to stop. And yet Flair was still fucking putting on classics while he was like this age.
Yeah.
And these guys can't even fucking shit without getting winded.
All. Listen,
not Triple H.
Not Triple H. Triple H is fine. Yeah, Triple H is
specifically
fine.
like Kane and Undertaker. You guys need to fucking stop.
It's over with. It's over with, man. Save these
8-minute matches,
lanes.
not 30-minute matches.
No, save these lanes for Bray Wyatt.
That's
who's been MIA.
Oh, they're fucking.
They're trying to rebrand again
what
for
did
the
you do with them?
25th time. You should have never broke up the Wyatts.
I like the Bludgeon Brothers though.
I love the Bludgeon Brothers too, but I like the Wyatts much better. Put Braun Strowman with them, back with them, he'll be way better.
I'm gonna disagree with you there too.
You think so?
Absolutely. I think Braun on his own is so much better than being like, because to me, Braun's a guy who has a lot of personality. Actually, he can go. He deserves so much more than being like mute fucking cult follower. You know what I mean?
Actually, let's save that for another episode. We'll
talk about that
because that's going to be a good one too.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. Stay tuned, guys. But yeah, that match with them, I could have done without it. It was like seeing the John Cena Undertaker match that lasted for like 3 minutes.
I 100% respect Triple H for going out there, finishing that match with a twin peg. That last pedigree looks so fucking pitiful though. Kane was literally just like holding his own arms up and just like dropped himself.
My goodness, man!
I get it. Like, I understand the fact that a lot of those people there like never probably got to see the Undertaker or Shawn Michaels wrestle, and they're getting that chance too. But
you might as well have just bring back Goldberg.
Yeah, but why the fuck would they do that too?
Why the fuck would they have this match?
Yeah, I know.
No
it's all
for it, so.
Shawn Michaels came out of retirement just to fucking shit all over the ring.
Yeah, looking like he needed a crutch.
Well, Shawn looked good. With. Shawn looked fine.
It's over with.
He did a lot of his like classic stuff. I think to me it was a little weird. I didn't understand why he just kept chopping people.
Told you, man. It's because he's bald now.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
It's gotta be it.
I could tell that he was like still good because like. He was just somebody where like he's always good. You know what I mean?
Weird to look at, man.
It was so.
You could have saved that match for. Oh my god, who cares? I mean, this whole thing doesn't matter anyway. This whole pay-per-view.
Yeah, they'll probably like act like it didn't happen. They'll be like, "Man, Shawn Michaels hasn't wrestled a match in 10 years."
I mean, they didn't say they stopped saying Saudi Arabia a long time ago.
They said, I think they said the name of the arena once.
That's probably what it was.
Or they said like the name of the city.
No, they said. I thought they just said they kept it at Crown Jewel.
They acknowledged the location, but I don't think they ever explicitly like said Saudi Arabia. I think they were just saying like the name of the city.
Got you.
But it was like once and in passing. So do you think this leads to Shawn doing more? Because remember like last year or the year before, I don't remember what year it was. It might have been last year when the rumors of him coming out to fight AJ Styles.
He might get one more one-off.
Dude, I would fucking come so hard.
Listen,
if AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels happen.
Listen, I would fucking love to see that match with them. There's 3 matches that you can easily have. You can have Shawn Michaels versus AJ. You can have Shawn Michaels versus Daniel Bryan. Just
Seth.
because of the teacher. You can have there's 4. You can have Shawn Michaels versus Seth, or you can have Shawn Michaels versus Adam Cole.
I don't know if I'd like to see him and Adam Cole.
I would love to see him and Adam.
I think
Cole.
it would be good, but I think they're too similar.
It doesn't matter. I would love to see him and Adam Cole.
I'm gonna throw a curveball. Maybe not. I want to see Shawn and Dean Ambrose.
That'd be a good
I want to see
match.
like a good like brawl
That'd be a
between
good
like Shawn
match.
and Dean, because that'll like maybe like a good hardcore match, because
Shawn actually owes it to us fans.
Yeah,
Can't
after that shit show,
You just can't go out on still being good and just retire.
come out
And then
of
come out and
retirement,
give us a shit show with Kane and Undertaker who can't go at all anymore. They're done.
stink up
with.
a stadium,
Oh
cash
my
your
goodness.
multi-million-dollar paycheck that you got from that,
And try to go
and just
back
fucking
and
go
hide.
back home,
No.
go back to NXT, teaching the kids at the center.
You owe us, Sean.
You fucking owe us.
You owe us.
You know what? Vince McMahon also owes us, and he needs to come on our podcast too.
Yeah, come on, Vince.
Come on, Vince. Fuck you.
So overall, what's your rating for Crown Jewel?
Phew. Can I give it a sound effect?
Yeah. That's what we need to get next.
Because sorry for anybody's ears, because I just watched the waves on the recording software go up.
That was pretty loud.
Yeah.
I think you can tone it down.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Nah, no.
Fuck them.
I would give it a.
I would probably give it like a
4.5.
Give it a 4 out of 10 just to make like the old Bret Hart joke.
Yeah.
Did you ever see those?
What?
A couple years ago, Bret Hart like went on a thing where he said that Triple H was just a 4 out of 10 wrestler.
Yeah, I get that. That'll be about that's about saying for them.
We give it 4 Bret Harts out of 10 Triple H's.
Yeah, Evolution was definitely much better.
I would like to
Crown
see
Jewel.
them. I would like to see them do a similar format, but give us an actual fucking WWE pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And not a fucking slander show. Real quick, didn't get to mention that AJ Styles and Samoa Joe was actually decent. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, well, I would forget about that.
I think it's because the rest of the pay-per-view was overshadowed
Yeah.
by like all this shit.
Oh yeah, AJ Styles Samoa Joe was perfect. Their match was awesome, man. I mean, but they typically always.
I think that's
have
kind of
great
what it is too,
matches.
where it's like I've seen so many good to great like AJ Styles and Samoa
Right.
Joe matches that like it's nothing to me now.
It's nothing new. I mean, they always have good matches for the most part. But yeah, that was probably the. Yeah, that was the best match on the card. That was definitely the best match.
You're gonna tell me
there was nothing else.
You're gonna tell me Shane McMahon winning the World Cup wasn't the best match on the fucking
not at all.
card?
I was trying to think like, was there anyone else that we was missing before that? But I guess that really took up the entire show. Was trying to get the best in the world. And you had the battle. Was there a battle royal?
I don't remember.
Who cares?
Nobody really fucking cares
Yeah,
about
who
this
cares?
event. Honestly, WWE, Vince McMahon, whenever you come on our podcast to do this interview, I'm gonna ask you to erase that shit show off of the network, anyways.
And we will surely appreciate it.
Yeah, we would appreciate you wiping the shit out of everybody's minds. Bring in the cleaner so you can clean up this fucking mess. Because it was just fucking terrible. God, I know they're gonna do more shows in Saudi Arabia because they have the contract and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a wrap.
Holy fucking shit, guys!
Get your shit together.
Like, I understand that corporations like to make money, but man, you guys fucking suck.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
I guess so, pal. As
Transition.
Fucking Vince McMahon says. So, with all that being said, we've been talking about how we feel with them being head to head. Our last topic that we have here before we wrap things up, what would you say would be? Do you agree? With the whole intergender wrestling thing, do you think that that's something that WWE should do?
I mean, they're kind of already doing it a little bit with the. I mean, it's not to the extreme measure, but they're trying to make it as if they, the mixed match challenge going on.
I don't mean like mixed match challenge. I mean like I want to watch fucking Seth Rollins curb stomp.
Right.
Not specifically because that would be kind of cool. But.
That would. Yeah, and I know what you mean. I was just saying with the mixed match challenge, which is it's a pretty funny.
I saw that thing where Bobby Roode or Finn put on the Bobby Roode's vest
and did the glorious. Yeah, that whole shit right there was funny. But I think I don't know. It's hard because you don't really. They won't sell it right because you do see these intergender matches around the world where you actually do have people in MMA or those type of styles actually fighting each other.
See, my thing is that they have Candice LeRae on their roster. And Candice and Joey Ryan were like really innovative on the independent scene with the whole like intergender stuff. Like for the love of fucking God, man, have you ever seen where Candice LeRae took the fucking thumbtacks to the face from the Young Bucks? They took their boot.
She's hot too.
Yeah, I love Candice LeRae. Yeah. One of the Young Bucks took their boot and they super glued like thumbtacks on the bottom of it and they slid it into the ring and he put it on and he fucking super kicked Candice LeRae right in the face. I'll show you after we're done with this.
I need
it's
to see
nasty.
That. I missed that.
And she took that shit like a champ.
Oh my gosh, man! If I listen, I would love to see. I would definitely love to see it in WWE. I know it won't happen, but if I could get me a Becky Lynch versus Dean Ambrose. That would be a good match that I would love to see.
I would love to see Charlotte and AJ Styles.
Yep, Charlotte versus Seth Rollins.
That's a good match. I mean, pretty much put Charlotte against anybody.
Yeah.
Put Becky against anybody.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see Sasha Banks versus Finn Balor. That's a good one. Finn Balor versus Bayley.
Finn Balor versus Bayley would be good. I would like to see them be tag team champions together. Yeah. That'd be kind of dope.
That would be dope.
Maybe they take it and make them tag titles from the mixed match challenge. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be dope.
I need to put in my application for the creative team right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of people that need to put in the application for that. Yeah. Let's start off with us two, and then let's bring in the boatload. We need things to be changed.
They need all the help they can get. I would love to see it though. Like, I would love to see them include like an intergender championship where it's like half of the title looks like the women's title and like the other half looks like the WWE title.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Something like that. Like, make your inaugural champion like fucking somebody who can take it. Like, Sasha's not doing anything.
Sasha's not. Listen, Vince, when you do come on our shows, we have a lot of ideas.
I want to know why the fuck you hate Sasha Banks so much.
Right, she's a great champion.
What the fuck, Vince McMahon?
How many times you didn't gave her the championship at
but
least,
you just take it
4
away.
times, and then you take it away.
Vince giveth and Vince taketh away.
God damn it.
God damn it, pal.
Listen, Vince, we need more titles and more factions, but that'll be another topic.
Although I will say this, just in case, and this one might be a little more reachable than Vince. Triple H, come on our show. We love you.
That's right.
We will absolutely shill NXT all day. You don't even have to pay us, but if you want us to show main roster shit, you got to pay us, bro. That's just how it is.
$9.99 a month.
I want a couple fucking zeros after that and a comma.
That was the $9.99, not $9.99.
I want $99,000 a month.
Oh yeah, I love that.
If you guys pay me $99,000 a month, I will literally like film myself going out into public with a WWE sign and screaming to watch Raw.
Oh yeah.
I would be like, sign up to watch on the WWE Network.
I will learn how to spin that sign. So.
I will learn how to say watch WWE Raw in 37 languages if you guys pay me $99,000.
I mean, because you're going to every country, right?
Hey, I'm trying to help you guys with international expansion. We'll get Vince McMahon on the show. We'll probably suck Triple H's dick a little bit for how good NXT is.
That might be you, but
I don't mean like literally. I mean figuratively.
I don't know.
We'll stroke his little ego.
I might actually mean that.
No, I don't mean that.
I'm just playing with you, man. But yeah, with the intergender, I would love to see intergender matches, but I doubt we ever get that in WWE.
I mean,
but never say never, right?
We got Becky and Ellsworth. Yeah, for real, never say never if Shawn Michaels came out of retirement.
I don't want to see Becky versus Ellsworth.
But I'm saying it's happened. I'm not saying I want to see it. I'm saying like
we got Asuka versus Ellsworth too.
That's right, that did happen.
Ellsworth he had a
he's everywhere.
AJ Styles twice?
Yeah, he was just on Impact not that long ago. So
okay, Ellsworth. We see you out there, bud.
How the fuck did we forget about Asuka in this conversation?
I know, right?
WWE forgets about her too.
Yeah, I would love to see Asuka versus Dean too.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Asuka versus The Dream.
Have you ever seen this?
How about that?
Oh, that would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would actually be like a really good.
Yeah.
I know it'd be a good wrestling match with their characters.
I know.
Did you ever see Asuka and Kenny Omega?
Oh no, you told. No, I didn't. I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's a good one. So, final thoughts, Quan. Let's give everybody like a little sneak peek of what we got coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, obviously it's November.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Turkey Month. I was thinking maybe for our next episode, we'll review a Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Let's watch the fucking Survivor Series, baby. It's Survivor Series month.
We'll discuss that. I think we should discuss factions.
Ooh, factions is a good one. I saw WWE put up a graphic of top 5 Survivor Series teams, and
I'm thinking I might
their
have missed that.
little list that they put on Instagram usually pissed me off a little bit.
Of course,
this one didn't.
This one was actually pretty good.
The only omission that they did not put on it, which I felt like should have been their best one, was the 2016 with DX, where it was the Hardys, DX, and CM Punk.
Yeah,
but other than that, wasn't that bad. Of course, you know they're on good graces with Hogan now, so he made the list.
Good for them, WWE.
Good for you guys. Good for you guys for employing a fucking racist.
Yeah, right. Good for you. Thank you a bunch. Employing the racists, going to Saudi Arabia after they. Actually, let's not do that.
Vince McMahon's life. What the fuck?
There's a lot of things going around.
Yeah, that was my Bluetooth speaker.
You know, Matt said he has. You know, there's a ghost here.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the ghost of WWE. They're not. You know, like
Vince McMahon was very upset that we were just dissing Hulk Hogan. This has been interesting because we just had that. We lost like fucking 15 minutes worth of footage.
This has been an interesting podcast here, guys. Listen, guys, if you love everything that we're speaking of or hate it, leave some comments below. See what what you think about the shows. Hit the like button. Definitely subscribe to the podcast.
Drop us some questions.
Yeah.
You know, you can always follow us on Twitter at WWE_cast. As always, I know we shill our fucking selves to the ground here. You can follow me at Metzilla_, and then you can follow Quan at RockoutWitSpiff. No
That's
H
on
there.
Twitter.
That is on the Twitter.
Instagram is Quan Hughley.
What is our Instagram?
Instagram for WWE Podcast.
That's right.
WWE Podcast.
Look at that fucking branding right there.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if you guys noticed, we also got a new fucking logo.
We did.
It is pretty fucking lit.
It's pretty fucking badass.
But yeah, like I said, be sure like, comment, subscribe to us, ask us any questions, tell us what you think. If you disagree with anything that we say, we'll read it and call you a pussy on air.
Let us know.
Let us know. Send us your hate. Send us your love. Send us your favorite wrestling memories. Send us memes. Who fucking cares?
Or get these hands.
Keep it tight. See you guys.
Peace.